But,
Good way
yeah.
of putting it.
Yeah.
It's like we're having meetings in separate rooms, but in the same room together. That makes sense.
David, you're live.
All right.
Might
Yeah.
as well.
Call meeting in order. We'll begin with the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I guess on behalf of the county council, I call our meeting to order. Purpose of the meeting is to discuss the dispatch budgets, and that was a part of the agreement that we signed last year, and I think we were actually supposed to do this by August 1. We're a little late, I guess.
We got August.
Yeah.
So,
So anyway, I think we've got a quorum.
okay. Thank you all for being here. First item on the Tell City Common Council special agenda is adoption of the agenda. Is there a motion to adopt the agenda as presented?
Make that motion.
Motion made by Gary. To hear a second.
I'll second that.
Second by Philip. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, David, the floor is yours for the council business. This is the joint dispatch agreement.
I guess, do we want to adopt this agenda also?
I'll make a motion.
Have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 5-0. I guess we need to first review the,
Yeah, we'll kind of first review the budget here. Councils, I'll just say plural because we're dealing with two different councils here. I believe the budget for the 2022 dispatch budget was distributed out to kind of show you where we're at here. And then you've got the estimated budgets here, but probably the easiest thing to understand is this one sheet that here says the 2023 estimated E911 funding, where it kind of breaks down the funding and so forth there, what each entity would contribute, and so forth, and then how it breaks it down. This is kind of following the same format that was outlined previously. You'll show at the bottom there the funding shortage is $31,055. Two things that doesn't take into effect under the Lit Public Safety Peace Act, it's $220,000. You see that at the top. That could come in at, Pam or Connie, correct me, it could come in around 230 maybe, but 220 just to be conservative?
Correct.
Okay, so that number could actually drop down to 20,000. Also in here, it shows Candleton contribution of 25,000. In the original plan, it called for them to give 27,000. So that's another 2,000 that makes that funding short fudge. So it could drop in the 18, 19, whatever, somewhere there, depending on whatever the PSAP fund. So that's kind of a breakdown of the budget that's been prepared. Connie, myself, Chief, and Roger, we've all looked over it for the most part. We feel pretty confident that this is what we need to get the job done. Is there any discussion among City Council or County Council that want to ask questions, speak now?
Chris,
Anything?
how many calls do you usually get, just a guesstimate?
If it's okay, can I yield to Roger on that one, or Steve?
Absolutely, absolutely. How many calls does the wastewater and water department get a year?
Oh, now that he wouldn't know that probably as much. You know, probably like 2. No, I really don't know the answer to that. I can get that and let you know, or Roger could, because it would be in the CAT report, wouldn't it? So
It just seems like to me that wouldn't hurt for them to chip in a little more than that.
it's a pretty small number of calls when I say I don't know if they probably get maybe less than 100 a year. I would say, I don't know.
I mean, I'm just looking at areas where maybe we could come up with some cash.
Yeah, we can get that. I know they increased Telsey Electric's.
That seems like, because Telsey Electric would get a lot more calls. They'd get more calls than the other two put together.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then does dispatch, do you just make one call if there's a water line break? You just call one person, you don't call multiple people? I mean, I know you gotta call multiple people until you get somebody to answer the phone, but,
The plan is to contact one person who then directs his employees or her employees to where the
Where
call
the
service is needed.
okay.
That's the plan. Sometimes it does take more than one call. but
Yeah, I
generally
understand.
that's the plan.
Roger, can you get Keith, and you can email it to me, or you can email it to Pam, and make sure all the councils get that information. If you could get both wastewater, water, and go ahead and throw in Telsey Electric if you want,
Yes,
just
sir.
for knowledge.
Yes, sir.
I mean, $2,000 is not a whole lot of money to have
And
the
if they only
service available to them.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying to make it, $10,000.
It used to be 1,000. They increased it from 1,000 to 2,000
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah. Then the 27,000 that County has said they're not gonna pay,
Right.
that's our problem, not yours.
Correct. Well, they'll pay 25, they just won't pay the 27, I think. They just
Yeah.
can't
But
afford
the
it.
2,000 is ours to come up with, not yours.
I would say that would be fair, since you guys actually, the county would receive taxes from Carrollton in some way, where Tell City wouldn't receive
Right.
zero. Not everybody at once.
What's the difference in Troy's? Anything? Is that still,
Troy's,
Same amount. It's the.
Is it the same?
It's the same amount.
it's the same amount. Candleton or Troy didn't see an increase, either one of them, except,
Basically, the only thing you do for Troy, for the most part, is bar, isn't it? They don't have their own marshal anymore, do they?
They have an active marshal, however, he's on military service at the time.
So therefore, they don't have,
So-
don't have anybody to call. It don't do any good for you to call Texas and dispatch him out.
Going
And-
to balance the department.
Yeah,
Hamilton,
yeah.
on calls for service.
there could be utility calls from Troy, too, that may
Yeah.
call in,
But
they're
that'd be minimal, too, I'd say.
electric, water lines. I don't know how, I doubt, I don't know if Troy ever even has a water line, but I can never hear about it, so.
You have a lot of calls from nursing homes, probably don't you?
yeah.
Yeah,
What was that, David?
I said a lot of calls, probably the nursing homes.
yeah, that's kind of more
Well,
EMS type stuff, I guess.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Steve,
that
what would you
fall-
say on that?
I mean, I guess you could have,
I mean, I hear a lot of nursing home calls on the scanner, yes,
Me too.
a lot.
you could have, somebody, one of the.
And hospital.
Gets over the phone, calls the 911.
And, and you see there's a hospital sharing there for 35,000, I think that kind of would cover your, transfers and stuff to the hospitals and ambulance runs. I don't know, that's Steve, I'll let you answer
That
that.
check comes from the hospital?
Well,
That's it,
Um,
county sheriff.
it's county to the hospital, back to the county, is that right, Steve?
What's that, on the ambulance service?
Yeah,
The
Who's
ho-
paying that?
huh?
The county is paying.
Yeah, but it goes, it's kind of weird how it's worded, I guess.
The county pays it to the county.
Yeah.
yes.
The hospital's out of the picture.
Yeah, now we
The county
pay
paid-
it.
This year, the county paid it.
Just starting this
Okay.
year.
Okay, so we can take off the word hospital, or at least maybe print this so everybody knows what that means.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
misleading.
I guess it's a county share on behalf of the hospital. How about that? Yes, sir.
If I'm looking right, then that would show a reduction for the city of Tell City by 82,945 for 2023.
That is correct. I believe. Connie? From last, let me look.
You mean of what we're gonna contribute?
Yes, compared to 2022, that would show a reduction of
Oh.
82,945.
Yes, yes.
On what line item was that? What line item?
City of Tell City Dispatching Service down here.
What did they give last year? You have that figure handy, Steve?
305,238.
83.
305.83?
Well, say 83, 38, something like that.
Okay.
But it was 205, definitely.
And how come for that reduction?
The reduction was because it was this kind of, in essence, not pulling the rug out all at once and, and making it go up, just pay it all. I think it was kind of a tier it back down where it leveled off the amounts contributed.
The E911 funding that's what we pay from our phones,
That's correct.
and that's what the whole chunk of, does the dispatch get the whole amount?
A less the fees that we pay for phone service fees, the database lines, all the 911 expenses, the 911 equipment is taken out of that first, and the remaining balance is 141,452. And that does not change.
That stayed the same.
That stays the
From
same.
last year to this year, yes.
You know, it stays the same.
That'll stay the same basically until they, unless they would raise the 911 on our phone bill.
That is correct.
Which hopefully one day that does occur. I'm not for raising fees on them, but $1 is pretty,
And a $1 increase per phone line wouldn't.
it'd generate quite a bit. It would double the amount we
It'd make
get.
a lot of money,
Yeah.
because it basically double that. I don't know that anybody's gonna have the phone turned off if they would do it. You know, but the money would come in handy for us. You know, and there was talk of it maybe happening this year, wasn't there, Roger?
It came from the director to me that they had intentions on asking for that prior to the pandemic, and that was a setback, and that prevented them from asking for the increase. But I think once they feel like, it feels like that once they're past that, since they are planning to approach and ask for an increase in that phone tax. So hopefully it's in the near future.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think there's any motions that need to be made on any of this. This is just to be presented. The county council will then take this to their actual budget sessions, workshops, and discuss it further then of how they plan to fund it, I guess, or what funds they use. I don't know. Is there any other questions on it from city council side?
Chris, in the paperwork that was signed last year, it does state that you will take, it says both city council and county council shall meet and vote to affirm the budget agreed upon during the joint session.
Oh, there you go. Thank you, Connie. That's why you make the big bucks. Well,
Chris, would you be, I don't know, I guess, would your council be willing to split this 31,000?
no, I would say no. I mean, we're covering our share of the cost. I mean,
You dropped 80,000, which I'm not saying.
Right.
I'm asking to where we don't have to come up with so much money.
It's up to the council. I don't have a vote in this. So, I mean, my personal opinion, if I voted, would be probably not, but
Okay, council?
you've got the council, guys.
Yea or nay, or not even gonna make a motion, or? I mean, I guess for the most part, you're gonna have to take whatever we send you, but, you know.
Not necessarily, but, I mean, if the budget's not funded, we'll have to cut services. That's all it is, to fit the
That's
budget.
what I'm just trying to
Yeah.
reach
I
out to
mean,
medium, Chris, I'm not trying to.
Yeah, if it's not funded at some rate, we'll have to cut budgets, cut something, either staff or hours or something. I mean,
Yeah.
we got to act within the budget.
The-
But we wouldn't want to approve this tonight, would we? Without
No, this
going
is
into our
something-
budget?
No.
Yeah.
But if we can reach an agreement to where we only have to try to budget 15,000 versus 31,000, I think it'd be a good move. But, you know, without a doubt, you guys are doing a wonderful job. I mean, you really, but, you know, struggled through with the Schweitzer Fest with the COVID, but dispatch never shut down. You know, you made do with what you had to work with and kept the personnel there. I mean, you know, I'm not saying you're not doing a good job, by no means. I'm just trying to look further down the road. I mean, it's gonna be probably easier for us to work in a $15,000 fee than what it is a $31,000 fee, but if you're not willing to negotiate there,
But on the same side of the token, it shouldn't be the city's responsibility to offset the county's expenses that they should be paying in the first place.
I agree
So
with you, but.
that's where I'm
but
arguing.
We're having to work into it
Yeah,
because the city did allow
we ate it
to
last year.
happen. I ain't saying, you know,
Yeah,
so I'm just saying that you need to let us ease into it too. I mean, I'm tickled to death that we was able to take some of the burden off of you.
yeah. Well, we ate 80,000 last year. That's why there's a decrease in 80,000 roughly, right, Connie?
Yes.
So
So
we,
that was that shortfall? That-
the city made up for the 80,000 shortfall last year. City residents, tell city residents.
Of 2021?
2022.
In 2022.
And you're expecting that for 2020?
Well, no, they're going to cover they're picking up more of the tab now that we're easing them into it, and that's
Perry
what,
County.
yes. Does that make sense? I'm not trying to mislead
So we
anybody.
don't really know what the shortfall is in '23, obviously,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And like I said, it's that 20, there's 10,000 there in that PSAP, public safety tax, that's yet plus or minus that we don't know. I mean, they chose 220 versus 230, what they're projecting, but it could be, and then it could come in under budget next year too, and if it does, that money can be applied towards next year's. You know, it
That's
could.
what's gonna come under. I mean, you're right.
You never know. It could, I don't know.
Yeah,
Budgets do come under,
yeah.
they don't always go over.
David, what's your thoughts?
I don't think it's that much to make up. And it may come in at 18,000, not 31.
Yeah, there's a possibility of a drop anyway.
I think we're probably close.
I say we're, yeah.
So Connie, in that agreement, it says the councils do need to agree on something tonight?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd still like for the council to say yea or nay on that 15,000, meeting in the middle. But I can't make a motion for your council.
No.
But apparently your council didn't want to make a motion either, Philip.
Count Larry, Gary or Larry? Or any of you wanting to make a
You guys
motion?
had input.
Okay.
Okay.
Silence is,
Silence is an answer.
silence, yeah.
Okay, well, let's wrap it up.
So I guess the next thing is the councils need to either, they can do this together, agree on this budget, or not. So, I don't know if the county wants to go first on it, or it
I
doesn't
make a
matter.
motion, we accept it then.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. What we got here, 5-0?
Okay, city council, is there a motion to accept the budget between the county and city? Motion made by Philip, seconded by Larry, is that okay?
That's fine.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Both budgets approved by both councils, unanimous. Okay, that is all, or your agenda. The city's meeting's going to continue on a little bit after this for 2 ARP funds requests. So they may, they may adjourn, we're going to stay active for just a short period.
Entertaining a motion for adjournment?
Adjourn, no motion moved.
Second?
Second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 5-0. You're good.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
And then Larry and Gary, you can stay in your seats if you want, and then we'll, once we get things kind of settled back in, we'll continue our meeting. See you later.